I love you.
He is such a cuddle bug and a love. Super, super sweet, very mellow. When Tex had pancreatitis in the beginning, his life was barely non-existent. He was vomiting on average probably 12 times a day. Lethargic, skin and bones, losing so much weight. He got down to 50 pounds. He didn't look healthy at all. Something was not right. And you could see all of his ribs severely. Now that he started taking the Pet Health Nutrition Center's supplements, everything drastically changed, and it was very quick too. Emotionally, it does a lot to you too. When you're dealing with a very sick dog, you don't know what's going on. I mean, he was vomiting 12 times a day. And then I had to then cook turkey, ground turkey, for days on end. I mean, that takes a toll on a person's mentally, like their mental health too. And I was crying because I felt like at that point the vet wasn't listening. The Pet Health Nutrition Center actually listened and got to the root cause of the problem.
I called him Dozer Boy or Buddy Boy, and he loved everybody, loved the kids in the neighborhood, and he's a lab. I mean, they love everybody. Had a big appetite too. The first time I realized it was in the early summer where I realized that something was really wrong. He would step from the pavement up onto someone's grass to go to the bathroom and fall. Just from that little bitty step going onto grass. When my vet told me he probably had DM, I thought about my last dog having this. I thought there's got to be something holistic for it. And I put holistic treatment for dogs with DM, and it popped up right away. And he got all four, the 2 powders and the 2 liquids. Before I ordered it, I opened the garage door and he went outside, and there was a raccoon near the driveway, and he took off chasing, or tried to take off to chase the raccoon. And he got 2 steps and fell with his back end. And his front end's still going. He's like dragging his back end, and then he gave up and just stood up. Versus months later, I was working in the garage and he was laying outside the garage on the cement, and he got up and started running. And I ran out to see what happened. He chased a raccoon about 200 feet to a tree. And it was a loping run. It wasn't a flat out run, but he could never have done that before this Core DM package. I'm still shocked when I think about it, how we chased that raccoon about 200 feet. He was really shuffling his feet and going slowly. And a couple weeks later was when I thought, he's not doing that as much. It kind of hit me all of a sudden. He wasn't doing it as much. And I was examining every step he took. I wanted to see the moment that I think, oh, this stuff is working. And about 3 weeks later is when I really realized he wasn't shuffling his back feet hardly at all. And then it just kept getting better after that. He didn't shuffle his back feet. He knuckled under less. And then he started trotting. He might trot for a few steps, but then at the end, he would trot almost 3/4 of a mile to the neighbor's house to see his girlfriend. I was so happy about that. I decided on holistic because there's nothing else available. There's no pharmaceutical meds for this. My vet believes in holistic treatment, so he was all for it. He said to me, "You reversed it."
Fremont was starting to have some issues. He was maybe 14. He started running a lot less. He was clearly, slowing down a little bit. But it was when he was about 15, and he started to have coughing issues. He was coughing a lot. He was coughing consistently throughout the day, and it was uncomfortable to watch, but you could see that he was uncomfortable, and I felt helpless. And I was even more helpless when I went to the vet and they said they didn't know what it was, and it wasn't kennel cough, and it wasn't anything they could determine. And the only reason why I knew this was laryngeal paralysis was because he went in to get his teeth cleaned, and they said they couldn't put him under because he had issues with his breathing and his age. They didn't think he was going to make it. And it was the vet tech who told me that, I think another reason why we can't operate, or we can't put him under without the risk, is because he probably has laryngeal paralysis, LARPAR, or LP it's also called. And that's when I did research online, and I found the Pet Health and Nutrition Center and learned that they sent these products all over the country and to help all kinds of illnesses and issues. And this discovery was amazing. And he took these products until the day he died. I think when I started using the protocol for LP, I was really surprised that I think it took about 2 weeks or less that I started to see changes, because he went from choking, barking, coughing, that kind of uncomfortable cough throughout the day to none at all or rare. It was mostly that his condition was just completely went away, and he was so much happier. You could tell he had more energy. I'm sure that this gave him 2 to 3 years of his life. He was starting to run a little bit more. He was happier. He was clearly a lot more joyful, and that made me feel great, because for him to be happy, it also meant that I was happy too.
Sphinx, it's very common that they have HCM, which is a type of heart disease. So I was always very mindful of it because that's just part of the breed. But about 4 years ago, he started like head pressing, where he would, go to a wall and press his head against the wall. And he would like shake his limbs a lot. Brought him in, and he had a heart murmur that he didn't have before. So we made a cardiologist appointment, and we went to the cardiologist, and they did a bunch of different tests and found out that he had HCM, which his heart was enlarged, and eventually it does, shorten the lifespan. The Pet Health and Nutrition Center gave me like a whole printout on like, this is why it works, this is what this ingredient does, this is what this ingredient does. So I presented it to the cardiologist, and I was like, no, I promise I'm not a bad mom. She's like, okay, we can try it, and then come back and we'll, rescan his heart. So we tried it, and we rescanned his heart, and his heart did not get any bigger. And I started giving the heart tonic to Winston and the heart glandular, and it was like within 2 weeks that I started noticing that he was like head pressing less, and he was, not shaking his legs as much. So it was pretty quick. It's been 3 years, and he hasn't been on medication, and he's been on this, and he's been completely fine, and his heart hasn't gotten bigger, and he's doing good. As a vet tech, I've always kind of went to like medications, because that's kind of what you study. So it wasn't often that I learned anything holistic, so it was very surprising to me that the holistic approach worked so well.
Tippett, he loves his mommy and daddy. His daddy's his best friend. He loves me when he's sick. Tippett is definitely a huge part of our life. He is the whole second part of my heart. And we really didn't notice, other than he's been overweight, we really didn't notice any symptoms till like, what was it? Like in right in this past January. He just laid down and he wouldn't move. He wouldn't get up. He threw up. So with that, he just kind of collapsed. And I knew, we waited a day or so just to see, and he wasn't getting better.
Quit eating. We tried. We had, we were feeding him things that we shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
For just trying to get him to eat.
Yeah, and he wouldn't. He didn't want to get up. So we knew, and like the second day of it, I told Carl, I said, we have to take him to the hospital. There's something major is gonna. If we don't, we're gonna lose him. We're gonna lose him. I'll get upset. I'm sorry. It was the hardest thing that we've ever had to go through, is to see him struggle the way he was. They had him on a ton of medicines. The medicines were killing him. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And all I could do was pray and hope that I would find something to help him. And that's when I found the Pet Health and Nutrition Center. I was constantly trying to find somebody that could help. And when I seen there's the Pet Health and Nutrition Center, I knew that we were either going to have to use that and take a leap of faith and try it, or he was going to have to be put down. because he wasn't getting better, he was getting worse. So I took him off the vet medicine, and it didn't happen overnight. I'm telling you, it was a very hard trial. I was up with him 10 hours a day doing these protocols with him. But every day, with every minute, he just got a little bit stronger, a little bit better. And we are now out 9 months.
He's lost about 15 pounds.
He's lost 15 pounds. He's not overweight no more. He's more healthy. He's actually probably the size he's supposed to be, but he's doing really good right now. Whatever he had, even if with the IMHA, he had other stuff, it's all gone. He don't have none of that no more. He had fatty tumors on him that are gone. I don't see none of that. His weight is great. He's never been, he's always been overweight. But I tell everybody to this day, he is healed from IMHA. He does no longer have it. They talk about the relapse. Usually dogs relapse. I don't believe that. I think Tibbet's going to be good for several more years to come if he stays on the path he's on. So we're encouraged. I believe that the herbs saved his life. If we hadn't have found Pet Health and Nutrition Center, I don't think Tibbet would be here today.
It was in February of 2022, so she was 3 going on 4. And she started gagging a lot, coughing, like vomiting, white foam, regurgitating. She had a terrible cough, and then we noticed that she wasn't eating her food. And we took her to the local veterinarian, and he said, I don't know what's going on. He couldn't tell. So he sent us for an ultrasound and some x-rays. And they said her pyloric valve was swelling, and it got worse and worse. So they kept trying to get the swelling down, and eventually the pyloric valve swelled so much she couldn't even drink water. So they said, well, she's got pyloric stenosis, and you need to get her to the referral hospital in Boston. So we took her down there, and she was in really bad shape. And they ended up having to make a new pyloric valve out of some of her stomach muscle. And all I can say is thank goodness we had insurance. Because she spent 10 days in the hospital. It was horrid. She didn't she was in such a zombie state. She didn't even react to us at all. It was so scary. And you could see every bone in her body. I mean, she was down to 9 pounds, which is about half her body weight. Of course, we were both devastated. And the doctor, who was very sweet and nice girl, did what she could do based on her learning and Western medicine. But she said, there's nothing more we can do here. So please do the right thing and put her down. And we were both like, no. She's 4 years old. I mean, if she's going to die, she's going to die at home with her cat sister because they're very close, So we brought her home, and we were both a wreck, and we both got on our computers trying to find alternative veterinary services, and we both came across Pet Health and Nutrition. They sent Repair and Strengthen, daily multivitamins, ox bile, which I was like totally blown away. Like, how do you know that ox bile helps a dog's digestive tract? But it did. And then Pet Health and Nutrition looked at all of the blood results from all of her testing. And from that, they recommended, like, she was having a little bit of issues with her kidney function. So they put her on kidney vitamins, multiglandular. Those are the basic ones that she's taken all the way through. And then if some days it doesn't set well with her, for some reason, if she eats the cat food, she'll start choking. We give her stomach soother. It's a liquid. It's a tonic. And she takes it well. Just put it in her mouth and it calms her back down. So as soon as Lily started taking the Pet Health and Nutrition Center supplements, I would say it was within a week that we noticed changes for the positive, in that she was actually consuming her food and drinking water and starting to get a little more energetic. We didn't run her on the beach for a while because we wanted her to get her strength back. And I would say within a month of taking the supplements, we were amazed. Oh, yes. I mean, her coat just improved and thickened, and her eyes were clear. She had the energy, and I would say within 2 months, she was eating solid food. We still grind it. Pat grinds the turkey, or, chops it fine, chicken, but she can eat it, and she doesn't have any issues. So we continue to just give her the supplements, and she's like a puppy again.
Yep.
I would say Pet Health and Nutrition Center was our miracle, our truly miracle of all the pets we've had, and to be at such a low, and now 4 years later, still way up here with the amount of health and energy our dog has. I mean, Lily is not only a pleasure to us, but she is definitely a kittery dog. Everybody knows her and loves her. I mean, it would have been a horrible shame to lose her. We can't say enough about them. Honestly, they are just our miracle. They saved Lily.
Yeah,
they truly saved Lily. And, I've told them that, and I don't know if they know how heartfelt that really is, but it truly is. Yeah, we could not be sitting here today without Pet Health and Nutrition Center. So if you love your pet, you got to do it.
That's right.
Very true.